Er hat in den letzten Jahren auch immer die Super League gespielt, die Liga, bei der man sich für die Weltmeisterschaft qualifizieren kann. Und er hat auch schon in der Super League einen Neuner gespielt. Warum nicht auch hier und heute in Mannheim in der Maimarkthalle? Wir drücken ihm die Daumen. Ein herzliches Willkommen dem Tschecher Marvin Wehder. Keine Frage, das ist ein Hühne, auf den Marvin Wehder jetzt trifft. 2003 stand er im Finale beim Strongest Man Wettbewerb in Schweden. Er kann es aber auch gefühlvoll, er kann es auch mit den Darts. Er war 2012 ein WM-Teilnehmer. Er stand schon im Viertelfinale eines European Tour Events und die Rede ist vom Iron Man Nilsson.
Wins so far for Scott Taylor, Bradley Brooks and Ryan Meikle. It has been all English stuff so far here at the European Darts Match Play. But we will have a European player joining those three Englishmen in the second round as Sweden's Dennis Nilsson takes on Marvin Wehder, making a European Tour debut, the 22-year-old from here in Germany. Qualifying for the first time. He has played some development tour stuff, but only the events that we've held in Germany. He's tried to qualify for a few of these Euro tours before now, but this is the first time that he's got through. First chance to see him in action. Seen plenty of Dennis Nilsson, of course, and we've seen him winning games on the European Tour as well. Picked up a win at the Danish Open in Copenhagen. Can he follow that up on his fourth Euro Tour appearance of the year? He had a great run at the Dutch Darts Masters, making the final day as well. Paul Nicholson has left the commentary box. Chris Murphy steps in for the Iron Man versus Marvin Wehder, who doesn't have a nickname, but surely...
Marvin to throw first. Game on.
Fantastic messed up handshake there between those two. But surely if you're called Wehder, I mean, your name has got Invader in it. It's Marv the Invader, or even
58.
Darth Wehder. Surely there are options there.
Well, we'll have a word after. Maybe he's never had the need for a nickname, having not
45.
probably not been announced onto the stage before in any kind of tournament. I don't know what license MCs have to just give a player a nickname, just make it up.
133.
Dennis Nilsson, the Iron Man, that because of his conquests away from the runner-up in the Sweden's Strongest Man competition back in 2002.
45.
How did you go in that one?
I had to withdraw late due to injury.
$81.
Mentioned those appearances on the Euro Tour this year from Dennis Nilsson, but his best run was back in 2017 when he had a run to the quarterfinals in Riesa.
60.
Beat Steve Beaton, Daryl Gurney and Dave Chisnell en route.
Now once again the Nordic and Baltic contingent punching above their weight.
140.
Some intriguing talk of late about whether we could see some more PDC events in Scandinavia for next year. It's going to be Monday, I believe, that the PDC calendar is released, so we may well find
60.
out if there's anything going to Dennis's home country, Sweden, or somewhere like that.
Well, he's having a shocker so far, Nilsson.
57.
He's tossed a dozen darts, but isn't even halfway down.
$55.
Still barely halfway down now.
Double 16 for Marvin. Late.
He's on the first leg, Marvin Wehder. Second leg, Dennis to throw first.
Settler.
Game on.
17 darter. Nothing wrong with that. In your very first leg, a big stage darts in the PDC.
60.
Nilsson has won a Challenge Tour event as well. Beat Harry Ward, who's gone on to win a Pro Tour event in the final of a Challenge Tour in Milton Keynes last year. All the information that we're throwing at you at the start of this match suggests that Dennis Nilsson is a much better player than anything that he's shown so far in it.
Well, absolutely. He's currently 4th on the Nordic and Baltic rankings, and we know
100
how dangerous some of the players from that part of the world are. Darius Labanauskas and Madas Razma, the two at the top of the list. Labanauskas made Pro Tour final this year. Razma did last year.
140.
Better from Nilsson last couple of turns. 140 followed by Ton, having not recorded much in that range. Crowds aren't big on Friday afternoons, but they certainly get into it, don't they?
A couple more Iron Men there in the crowd, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure how some of them got into that.
There you see. That's not the Marvel Iron Man that Dennis Nilsson is.
97. That is required 141.
More like the incredible bulk. It's on. 15s, is it? That's the route he went.
105. Marvin, you require 108.
Single. Double 16.
76.
Just outside.
Dennis, you require 36.
But he's had a couple of misses at that target and they've not been far away.
He's on the second leg, Dennis Nilsson.
He's certainly going to go toe-to-toe with Nilsson in
the
this
leg
match.
Marvin to throw first.
Nilsson maybe fairly fatigued. Apparently he worked. He's a factory worker. He worked nights Tuesday and
100.
Wednesday this week and flew in late yesterday. Not the ideal preparation, but I suppose needs must, isn't it?
60.
If you're not one of the top earning pros, you've got to do the day job, or the night job, as may be the case.
Yeah, exactly. There are a number of those players on the Scandinavian circuit where they now have their own tour, but it isn't as regular. It's not like proper Pro Tour action. Yes, you're seeing players like Darius Labanauskas playing the full circuit,
100.
the Lithuanian. Marco Cancel has been playing some excellent stuff, the Finn, on the full circuit this year. But if it's just
78.
Euro Tours and the Nordic and Baltic circuit you're playing, then, yeah, you probably are going to have to keep up the day job. Smashing another in there.
140.
Seems to have come in from the right-hand side there over the top of it. But Dennis Nilsson, after a shocking first leg, seems to have got his act together a little bit.
96.
I have to say, this is pretty solid stuff from Marvin Wehder. For his first time on the big stage in the European Tour, the 22-year-old.
60. Marvin, you require 167.
Well, Nilsson threatened a 1-4-1 in the previous leg,
92.
finding the first part of the equation, but not the
41.
second. Can he go one better? Well, he got closer.
But he's made it hard to find that treble 10 that he pinned last time. Still does it.
105. Marvin, you require 75.
36 left after 15 darts again for Dennis Nilsson. Will he get a go at it? No, he won't, because Marvin Wehder continues this trend of 6 visit legs.
Game up.
Nilsson did partner Magnus Carris at the World Cup as Pokerface folded his hand in
40.
professional darts. The Swedish pairing had a romping victory over Brazil before losing to the eventual winners Scotland.
58.
Yeah, nice for Magnus to sign off with that victory in the opening round, but Scotland just far too much for them in that second round tie.
100.
You still feel that Dennis, you know, as you mentioned, he's not a full-time darts player, but he seems to have made a bit of progress over the last couple of years, and if he can continue to
95.
do that, then maybe he could think about playing the full circuit. Assuming you can get onto the tour, but they don't give away spots in quarterfinals on the European tour. You've got to have
60.
talent. He's certainly got some of that. Best run we've seen from a Swedish player on the Euro Tour
54.
was in Gibraltar when Magnus Carris made the semi-finals. We will be back at the Victoria Stadium in Gibraltar in, 3 weeks' time?
100.
The final European Tour event of the year, where the lineup for the European Championship will be decided.
$81.
Also have the undercard of the JDC World Championship in Gibraltar this season as well, as the tour for junior players continues to go from strength to
60.
strength. Dennis has left to 1-4-1 again. He seems determined to take this out.
139. Dennis, you require 141.
Not going to happen on this occasion, and now Wehder has the chance to open up a little bit of daylight.
45.
The break of throw here.
Marvin, you require 74.
It's the first time he's had 1-4-1 and not left himself on a double at the end of it. Wehder wants tops. Oh, it's a bit close.
Might help him. Happy accident from Marvin Wehder, because it was so close to the treble, it was nowhere near the double, which allowed him a clear route.
Game on.
Is he going to have a clear route to the second round of the European Darts match play?
42.
Well, the first of the German contingent we will see in action today. It's an all-German clash to round off this afternoon session. Stefan Siepmann against Gabriel Clemens.
60.
Clemens, who produced that incredible run to the final of the World Series event in Cologne in Germany just a few weeks ago.
99.
So we are guaranteed one German there through to the second round of the tournament. Max Hopp, the German #1, will be on the way in the evening against Willie O'Connor in what could be
140.
the best game of the first round here. Carsten Koch take on Mike Kuyvenhoven, and Florian Hempel. When we saw him, he made his Euro Tour debut after quite a while of trying, but he's only been playing the game for a couple of years. Former handball player, looked really impressive when we saw him make his Euro Tour debut. And then just because of the quirk of the calendar, that was the last one we had in Germany for a number of months.
60.
Been in Austria, been in the Netherlands. Obviously had that break over August. So Hempel's had to wait. And then he seized his opportunity to qualify for this.
25.
O'Connor have got history on a stage in Germany, haven't they?
Of
The
course,
European
the European
Championship last year, where Willie O'Connor gave himself a bit of a tougher task, really, by deciding to take on the crowd as well as his opponent. Didn't end well.
60.
No, it did not.
$78.
Nilsson in a good position to get a break back here, but he'd hope for a treble with his last start, and he's had a bit of a disaster with it. Wehder's been hit and miss throughout this leg, but could still leave himself handy.
59. That is, you require 136.
2 treble 20s leaves double 8. Single 5 doesn't leave a great deal at all.
$85.
Chips away at it though, Wehder. What's the route for him here? Treble 18. Leaves double top for 4-1. Marvin Wehder, fractions away.
That is, you require 51.
He's getting darts at doubles in combinations. It's got to be worrying for Nilsson, who needs to take this out. And does.
Game show on the 5th leg, Dennis Nilsson.
Straight back, Dennis Nilsson.
Game on.
What is he staring at? I mean, every time you see Dennis Nilsson play, you could ask that question at some point in the match. Just seems to zone out.
You wouldn't want to be on the end of that stair, would you?
I still wake up screaming at night sometimes because he did down the camera once and it's just burnt into my retinas.
$97.
Seems to have worked.
140. $58.
Well, there is a bit of a gap in the averages here, but you've got to remember that Dennis Nilsson started so poorly that you can perhaps just ignore them. We've already seen so
60.
far today that averages don't mean a great deal. Mark McGeaney averaging 101.5 and getting beaten 6-4 by Bradley Brooks, who averaged 10 points less than him.
59.
Yeah, the timing and the finishing, the crucial factors.
You can afford to lose 5 legs by 300 points as long as you win 6 by 1 point.
100.
Dennis Nilsson, one of the things that he does need to work on is his counting. Smashed in a 180 to leave 21, and I don't really feel that there was any benefit in going for it.
97.
Just his average.
21.
Well, it doesn't help though, does it?
He's
taken 5 darts to finish that, and he could have done it in 4.
All's well that ends well. And Nilsson ties it up at 3 apiece.
140.
Winner of this to take on Rob Cross, who was a finalist last time we were here, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was when it was the German Darts Grand Prix again. Won by Michael van Gerwen. Most Euro Tours are won by Michael van Gerwen.
100.
But he has looked vulnerable at times over the last few months as MVG. Mensur Suljovic made him pay last weekend in Austria as Dennis Nilsson has found out where that treble 20 is. And he keeps on hitting it. And Marvin Wehder, the 22-year-old on his Euro Tour debut, who looked in control of this game at 3-1, is now being put under pressure by the Iron Man from Sweden.
86.
Well, often Michael van Gerwen wins the lion's share of Euro Tours. He's won more than anyone this year, but he hasn't won the majority yet, has he? Ian White winning 100. A couple. Wins 2 for Daryl Gurney. Jamie Hughes, of course. Suljovic last weekend. Dave Chisnell, the other man on the Roll of Honour for 2019. Will we get another on that list this weekend?
99.
Well, Dennis Nilsson hitting a ton to leave 166. Again, the counting is, well, it's not suspect, it's just wrong. Now, where it... Don't, Dennis.
126. Marvin, you require 76.
The maths was right, but he could have had a dart to finish the leg off. Had he got it right in the previous visit. Now, Wehder has a dart to finish the leg off.
36. Dennis, you require 40.
Well, he's missed tops in each of the last 2 legs, Marvin Wehder. And he has lost those legs.
$20.
Hasn't lost
Marvin, you
this
require
one
40.
yet. Back in his hands.
Pulled it. Close. In.
4-3.
And I've got it, Dan. I've got it.
Leg Dennis to throw.
Dart Wehder.
Game on.
Like it?
Not bad.
That's the best bit of commentary I will produce all weekend. That comes with a guarantee.
Thankfully, nobody's tuning in for that.
And it was handed to me on a piece of paper.
Oh.
55.
Well, we've got another tight one. 6-5, the opening game between Scott Taylor and Matty Edgar. Some adjustment from Dennis Nilsson after the first.
100. $97.
Well, there is practically nothing in the averages here. 7.5 legs in.
99. $81.
A pair of those two. I think one of them had made much more effort in the fancy dress stakes there.
One of them might wear a sack on a day-to-day basis. No?
140.
Again, Nilsson there, if he goes ball last dart, 25 leaves him on a 2-dart checkout. And again, Wehder has put himself in a position to strike if Nilsson doesn't take this. Now, where do you go? Now, double 16.
70.
Just misses
Marvin,
outside.
128.
Giving himself a chance. Treble 18.
Ooh.
Well, if he'd hit the single, the shot would still be on.
52. Dennis, you require 32.
Next door. The Swede in need.
24. Marvin, you require 76.
In need of misses from Marvin. Will just be the 1 dart. Ups for double 18.
40. Dennis, you require 8.
Well, he'd missed tops for the 76 in the last leg. Changes his route and misses again. And Dennis Nilsson to tie the game up at 4 apiece. Now wants 4, double 2. And he continues to miss, and Marvin Wehder might be inching his way
36.
towards a debut victory on the European Tour.
It's all getting a little bit tense on the stage.
Wehder
finds that double dead centre.
Nice leg Marvin to throw
Now
first.
he's holding all the aces.
$85.
Well, he was 3-1 down and struggling, Dennis Nilsson. Then he seemed to up it. Won 2 legs, missed 3 darts to take the lead, has missed 7 darts to win that last one. Dennis Nilsson was in the ascendancy and he had Marvin Wehder on the ropes. And then he's just let him off. He's let him get away from him.
I know he brought the counting a couple of times. It could have really cost him, couldn't it? Because he could have had more darts at double.
Well, in that last leg, for example, he'd missed one at double 16 for 102. But if he'd used the bullseye and hit his treble first dart, as he did in the next, he'd have had another dart. And another dart might be the difference between 5-3 down and 4 all.
Another leg where he could have left to finish.
Yep.
Hit a ton. And then went on to trebles, which would have given him a dart, at least a bullseye, if he'd left a different combination.
You see, Marvin Wehder has been going along with 6 visit legs primarily. That's been his best leg, has been a 17 darter. His very first leg.
60.
I mean, it's not bad. It's a low 80s average for first ever time. 22-year-old playing on the Euro Tour. It's not as if he's played loads of development tour stuff. This is all very, very new for Marvin Wehder. He has given himself an opportunity for a debut victory.
Well, he could win it with his best leg.
100. Marvin, you require 99.
Down to 99. Here's a 3-dart combination.
Oh, double-double then.
83.
Very
nearly.
Marvin Wehder misses a match dart. Nilsson, it's still on. But no longer, and Wehder gets more opportunities. How many more does he need?
Marvin, you require 16.
And he does finish the job, a debut win for Marvin Wehder on the European Tour. What a start to his Euro Tour career, a 6-3 success against Sweden's Dennis Nilsson, and it was a mature performance for a man who's never been on that stage before. He's through to the second round of the European Darts Match Play. Marvin Wehder defeats Dennis Nilsson 6-3.
Ein enttäuschter Dennis Nilsson schleicht hier von der Bühne. Der Sieger dieses Matches ist Marvin Wehder. Gratuliere dir. Durch, darum geht's. Ne? Da ist auch gar nicht die Frage, welche Qualität man irgendwie spielt. Man muss irgendwie durchkommen in dieser ersten Runde. Glückwunsch.
Ja.
Zufrieden?
Na, geht. Bisschen könnte besser sein, aber...
Hätte dir vor dem Match einer gesagt, egal wie du spielst, aber du haust den weg, dann hättest du unterschrieben und gesagt, mache ich, oder? Und jetzt wartet ein großer Name, Rob Cross. Bock drauf?
Auf jeden Fall. Mal gucken, was geht. Ich versuche es ihm schwer zu machen, wie sonst. Und jo.
Was für dich angenehmer, dass heute vielleicht noch gar nicht so viel los ist? Das wird morgen ja ein bisschen anders sein, dann wird es lauter werden. Ist das so etwas, wovon man so ein bisschen Respekt auch hat und nicht genau weiß, wie es sich anfühlen wird?
Ich war jetzt erstmal auf der Bühne und davor, wo ich eingelaufen bin, war ich nervöser, als wo ich auf der Bühne stand und die ersten 3 Pfeile geworfen habe.
Gutes Zeichen.
Und eigentlich im Spiel war ich teilweise gar nicht nervös. Die Anspannung habe ich gar nicht so gemerkt. Eher beim Practice Room und hier und alles, da war ich schon ein bisschen nervös.
Das ist schon irgendwie, das wird, glaube ich auch, das wird morgen nochmal anders sein. Morgen sind alle gesetzten Spieler mit dabei, da stehst du plötzlich an den Practice Boards und hast die großen Namen neben dir, die du aus vielen Übertragungen kennst. Das ist schon ein geiler Moment, ne?
Ja. Also ich habe mich zum ersten Mal qualifiziert. Ich habe es jetzt dieses Jahr 3-mal ins Finale geschafft beim Qualifier, 3-mal verloren. Und gestern hat es geklappt und ja.
Und heute hat es auch geklappt. Gratuliere, er ist in Runde 2. Schöne Nachricht aus deutscher Sicht. Der erste von 6 Spielern hat es also in die zweite Runde geschafft. So, 4 Matches hinter uns, Halbzeit damit.